quickly to the end of the Assyrian Empire, about 610 BC, when the Babylonians attack Nineveh and destroy it. And this is the time of Jeremiah. The Babylonians have become strong, and Jeremiah is saying, don't fight the Babylonians. What does fight mean? Withhold tribute. The Babylonians have taken over the Assyrians, pay them their tribute. The king did not want to hear what Jeremiah had to say, and they threw him in the pit. It is written in Jeremiah 18:22. And here is a cistern in the city of David, right next to where King David's palace may be, and this could be the pit of Jeremiah. And soon you will be able to visit it. It's also written in Jeremiah that he instructs his scribes to write Baruch and Jeremiah, son of Shaphan. And lo and behold, they found the seal of Baruch. And Jeremiah, son of Shaphan. These are actually not the seals, these are impressions of the seals. They're called bulas. So Nebuchadnezzar, just like Jeremiah predicted, comes up against Jerusalem, his armies. And Nebuchadnezzar writes, this is 604 to 602, he encamped against the city of Judea, Jerusalem, he took tribute, and he went back to Babylon. I mean, here it is, again, confirmation. And in Kings it's written, Nebuchadnezzar carried away the king to Babylon. And here, from Babylon, there's a text where they are giving rations to the king and his family. That king, carried to Babylon, in the Bible, is right here, in Germany. The Babylonians actually had a short reign. They come up against the forces of the Persians. King Cyrus is the great known first king of Persia. And he is famous for saying that all the people conquered by the Babylonians and the Assyrians, go home, go back to the places, take your gods with you. So Ezra the scribe leads the citizens of Judea who have been in Babylonia home to rebuild the temple. And here it is, the Cyrus cylinder. Cyrus, I, Cyrus, returned the images of the gods to the sacred centers. I gathered all the inhabitants and returned them to their dwellings. The story of Ezra in the British Museum. What else is going on in the world at this point in time? Very simple. Buddha, Confucius. And then, of course, there is the story of Esther and Ahasuerus. There are those who believe that Ahasuerus is Xerxes, the son of Darius the Great. And it is written in the book of Esther that this Ahasuerus, he reigned over an enormous kingdom from India to Ethiopia. And this is important to remember. But Xerxes is also famous for the Battle of Thermopylae, the Battle of the 300 against the Spartans. And this is the tomb of Cyrus. I am Cyrus, son of Cambyses, who founded the Persian Empire and who was king of Asia. The son of Cambyses. Why is this important? Because we found in the Elephantine a papyri. The local pagans have destroyed the Israelite, the Judean temple, the temple of the one God. And they write to Jerusalem, to the governor of that period, the temple of the God of heaven, that was built in Fort Elefantine long ago, before the time of Cambyses. And as you recall, the prophets were always telling the citizens of Judea and Israel, do not go down to Egypt. But they had fled to Egypt, fled because perhaps of the Assyrians, and certainly because of the Babylonians. And here it is, a petition to rebuild the temple. Rebuild the temple in Elephantine, requesting permission by the Jews living in Elephantine, near Aswan. Now we are told in Genesis about that we should keep the Sabbath. Remember, it is one of the 3 additional commandments of the 10 commandments. And lo and behold, the first extra-biblical mention of the Sabbath was also found on a piece of clay called an ostraca, written in Elephantine in the year 475, just about the time of Esther. And it's written here, get there before the boat comes in on account of the Sabbath. Now, the Persians, what are they going to call this conquered land? They start to issue their own coins. And what do they say? They call it Yehud, Judea, Yehud, Judea, a Persian province. Palestine does not exist.